Sustainability to me means leaving the land better than what we found it. We're using technology day in, day out to improve. We're scouting our fields. If you look on the system behind us here, we've actually got cameras on there that as it's running around the field, it's taking pictures, and it's using the technology to look at the pressure of the weeds, the disease, and insects as it goes on. We're trying to rotate chemistry so that we don't create resistance in the field, and we use selective products to just target the pests that we're trying to control. So Alsum Farms is about 3,000 acres of potatoes. We also grow 325 acres of pumpkins, and most of our rotational crops we rent out with other farms to increase our acres on the potato side. We do grow some soybeans and corn, but primarily potatoes and pumpkins. So you can find our Alsum potatoes at Aldi's, Woodman's, Meijer's, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, multiple grocery stores around the Midwest. So we've both got a packing and a farm side with Alsum Farms. The packing operation was started by Glenn Alsum, Larry's cousin, in 1973. The farm side originally started in Arena, Wisconsin. When Larry started in that, 1992 was when he purchased the operation down there. In 2020, Larry purchased a farm up in Grand Marsh. We worked prior with the Wagner farm, the Alsum family did. And that's where Joe got his start with potatoes.
So I worked for Wagner Farms for 32 years, Mr. Wagner. And when Larry bought the equipment, made the transition, I come on board. Most of the employees that work for Wagner Farms came on board, and Larry started the operation here in Grand Marsh.
With the Alsum family, they're on their second generation, and there's a lot of times we see the third generation out with their parents and grandparents. Larry brings the granddaughters out to the field to see what's going on to the farm. With the Wagner family that we rotate with, they were on 4 generations growing on this farm. Neat thing about it is here, even you've got multiple generations with the farm side, but even the employees. Joe and I are father-son, working side by side daily. I think Alsum Farms is unique. We're Field to Fork, kind of a trade logo that the Alsum family's picked up. We'll pick up the seed, plant it in the spring, and it'll make it into a bag and to your table, in the fall, and supply you throughout the whole year.
I really think it's something that we can plant it in the spring. When we harvest it in the fall, I am just amazed and impressed of how many potatoes that we grow and how many people that we feed.
I feel the biggest sustainability that has benefited our farm, both financially and environmentally, is the healthy growing potatoes. Larry was one of the founders when this started in 1996, and we utilized the scouting as part of the healthy growing to pick what products we need to spray. Spray at the correct time. We're also establishing pollinators throughout the state. So we have pollinator habitats both here in the Grand Marsh Adams area as well as in Arena. One of the most helpful sustainability resources that I feel is variable rate irrigation. We're able to use variable rate irrigation and telemetry to help manage our water. So we have soil probes out here monitoring how much water is in the soil, and we utilize that to help us put the correct amount on. Potatoes take quite a bit of water, about a half an inch every other day is what we're applying. So during the hot season, when these potatoes are bulking hard, these systems won't shut down unless they broke down. We get Mother Nature's help with some rainfall. And like on this field here, it's got a lot of variability in the soil. With the VRI, the variable rate irrigation that we use, we're able to select that in one area, we're only putting down 1/4 of an inch on the heavier ground. On the sandy ground, we're putting down that 1/2 inch. And that helps us get better potatoes to store for us throughout the year. We partner a lot with the UW and with the Healthy Growing program. Like I said, Larry was one of the founders on that in 1996, and we've watched it progress throughout the years. It's not necessarily about the money, it's about doing the right thing. We want to see this succeed. We take care of the ground. If it's not here, we're not able to grow the crops. This is where we are every day. You know, we're right in the central sands, we live right next to it, so we want to do the best we can.
I'd say one of our biggest conservational challenges is, the wind. We plant hedgerows along the edge of the field, in the center of the fields, to try to stop the sand from blowing. When the soil is opened up in the spring and in the fall, you do not want to lose your topsoil. So we do try to do that there. On the water side of it, we do try to tile our ground so the water is filtration down through the soil and does not go the runoff go to the lake. So we're doing the best practice that we can.
Along with the erosion, we use a lot of cover crops. Central sands, if you drive around, we try and keep some green on the field as much as we can. Depending on the crop, the time of the year, it's tough to get that out there, but we do the best we can there.
One of our goals is we like to grow more pounds per less acres. We try to get better and better at that every year.
The quality.
The quality. The big thing is quality for fresh pack. We don't want to use any more water than we have to. So technology on the irrigation side and all the computerization has helped us that way.
Like I talked earlier with the soil probes, we're always trying to improve. We're looking for the next technologies. And these camera systems that we have out here, some of the first in the state. We've had them for a couple years now. The value I find in my Farm Bureau membership is the networking. I've had the opportunity to be involved on both the county and state level, meeting with legislators throughout and working with our governmental relations team to make sure that the right things are being done so that we can keep farming.